okay, no, that's not right. What's the teacher say? Welcome to class, everyone. Hello. Hello, Mrs. T. Wait, Mrs. Lillian? Wait, isn't it Miss? Is it Miss? This is for married people. Hello. Alright. It's a light screen. It's gonna be light for a little bit. Just lower your screen brightness. Hello, students. Hello. Glad you could make it to class on time. Very prepared. I will keep that in mind when I write your report up at the end of the semester. How do you do with all the spiders in the sky? Oh yeah, the false preconception that there is a layer in the sky that is just spiders, which is true and not true at the same time. But don't worry, that exists all over the world. That's not just Australia. There is a layer, but it's not that thick, so you can't really call it like that. It's a little exaggerated, right? But welcome to the first class of semester. As you know, I am very smart with my dragon knowledge, and I am here to yap and unload it onto all of you guys, so roomies can become as smart as me, and then you guys can live a long time with your very finite lifespans, and spend it with me. So, welcome to Lillian's Guide to Surviving Australia. Whoa! This is also because everyone keeps saying I sound British, and no. I don't even know. What time is it in Britain at the moment? What time is it in Britain? British time. If I was British, I'd be streaming at 3 a.m. No. I just stream at weird times for Australians, but still, I can be awake. I stick by a 2 a.m. sleep bedtime. I'm saying. No. I didn't say you guys are dumb. I just said you can always learn more. Tip number 1, have hard dragon scales to protect when bites. Yeah, but most of this I think is common sense, right? Real 2000s energy, thank you. I really wanted to channel. I don't know. Doesn't the new... People use templates, but I didn't want to use the templates because those are boring. And so I just chucked everything in. PowerPoint Dragon? Yep. Welcome to the PPD. That sounds like a police thing. Okay, the first thing. I'm lost in my screen. Wait, what? Oh, okay. First thing. This is Australia. Australia, aka Down Under, aka Australia. I had a realization recently. Do you guys have a McDonald's app? Because is it just called McDonald's? Because ours is called Macca's, and it's shorter, so I don't know how they would type the whole word McDonald's in there. It's also how I didn't realize McDonald's doesn't have an A at the Mac, but mac and cheese does. I've already done a trip to Australia. I might have survived. I feel like you're basically a professional memory card. The main Mac is official? Yeah, it's official. There's even like a few Macas where like it's written on the restaurant name instead. I think there's also a Maca somewhere. I don't know if that's Australia. I think that might have been America that has like is like neutral colored since local rules or something. So it's nothing, not a big deal. Everyone just calls them Macas. I've heard of this country before. I've had to speak a lot about Australia because different people, my friends, have had have been confused. So Australia has a population of 25.98 million. It is most of us live on the edge because that's where it's livable and easy to live. Yeah, because the rest is kind of has harsh climates. Australia's alternate universe is abbreviated to AU for me. So when I first found out about alternate universes, I was so confused. It's like when people find out that like there's more currencies that are called dollars, so you get confused between the dollars. Living on the edge of top core, yeah. Bet we live in the rough life out here. I bet I could live in the center. Oh, this is the TLDR for different people. Let me draw straight on the thingy. Hold up. Give me a sec. I need to move my screen stuff around. Put on pen. Okay, the TLDR. If you live here, you're most likely to die from the overprices. Because things are expensive in these two places, specifically Sydney and Melbourne. I think meals on average cost like $20 minimum. If you live in Canberra or any of these places, you're most likely to die of boredom. Because they're kind of boring in the middle of nowhere. If you live in the Queenslandish area, it's probably a natural disaster versus like an animal. And if you live in here, that's a desert. Probably nature of some sort. Probably the extreme weather. So keep that in mind next time you want to visit. That's the TLDR. Sydney people, GG. It literally costs for everything. The city first sticks out to me because I listen to a podcast on a fake author that claims to be from Perth. Why Perth out of everywhere else? Perth doesn't even have like a notable thing about it. I got told before that there's a very I don't know if I'm getting like, I don't want to say baited, but someone I know from Perth told me that there's a bubble tea place that only has a store in Perth that does good cinnamon flavored boba. And I'm like, cinnamon flavored? Because I've had like chai flavored boba and it's always trash. So I'm like curious, but not enough to go to Perth. We don't talk about quality. Behind the oath, I think Julie just chose that random natural person was a Brit. Wow. It's like recently, didn't they find out that an author called Kimchi was just pretending to be Asian and they were actually Caucasian? Some fun facts about Australia. There are over 10,000 beaches in Australia, which I don't know how you like count how many beaches there are, because if you're on the coast, if you're on the line on the edge of the country, isn't that basically a beach if you think about it? And then if someone wanted to, couldn't they make everything just one really, really long beach? So I don't know how that works, but there are over 10,000. The entire country is a beach. Exactly. Oh yeah, Australia is considered? Well, it is a continent. There's a Persona leaker guy who claimed to be a Japanese woman. Very interesting. Oh, yeah, so we have mountains. So the Australian Alps get more snow compared to Switzerland. And then we also have deserts. Yeah. And we have a lot of issues with animals. Not just like the native ones that want to kill you, but also like animals we accidentally brought in. So Queensland, which is like the light green, the lime green color, they have an issue with cane toads. You'll see if you ever go there. They're just frogs that just are everywhere. We also have issues of ibises, which are bin chickens, which are just stinky birds. They're like seagulls, but bigger, right? And that they want to steal your food and they're really scary looking. But supposedly in Asia, it's a bigger thing that pigeons are a problem. I remember my friend from Japan came and visited, and she was so scared of pigeons. And this was when my like Japanese was really bad, so I felt embarrassed that the only reason I knew what the word pigeon was in Japanese was because of the game Hatoful Boyfriend. Yes, but we also have a dingo fence, which was to protect the farmers, and it's just a big fence to keep the dogs out. dingosaur type of dog. And it is longer than the Great Wall of China. But you can't see either of them from space. Wow. Yeah. We also have like really long highways. I think it's called Highway 1. It's like one of the longest highways in the world as well. The bin chickens around where I live aren't introduced to city life, so they mostly weed the grass or small bugs and insects in huge groups. Wait, that's kind of wholesome! The main problem is if they go in bins, they stink. But then, if they aren't bin chickens, what do you call them then? Aren't they just city chickens then? Maybe you can't see from space. Hey, I have 20/20 vision. These glasses, you see these glasses? Pure aesthetic purposes. Oh, the next slide. So this is something that I had to explain to Mion because she was confused. She thought Australia was really small, and I was like, hey, no. So Australia, in comparison to the UK and Ireland, Japan, the US, and then Europe. Europe I know is really, really small. I was always surprised when I found out Europe is kind of small. Nothing less than fake glasses user. Hey, pure aesthetic. No need to be jealous. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. The country is really big. But people thought New Zealand was part of Australia, like Tasmania. You know what's off? A lot of maps forget New Zealand exists. But when I was also looking at maps of Australia, there were a whole bunch that just didn't put Tasmania in. Oh, Tasmania is the little chunk at the bottom. If you guys can see the little chunk at the bottom. That's Tasmania. It gets forgotten. Wait, I forgot it. In my TLDR. Tasmania is fine. It's just cold. And doesn't Tasmania also have a lot of sheep? Hi, Cyphers! I mean, who would love to live in the outback? The outback is mostly for tourism. People go see Uluru. That's mostly where the kangaroos and the camels are. Also most of that land is also for the indigenous peoples. People count in Australia makes sense. Yeah, Tasmania also gets forgotten. It's just a little guy. And also, you don't really hear a lot about Tasmania, especially since it's so small. The last country? Oh, that's just Southeast Asia. Hold on. Can I move? Yeah. Compared to Southeast Asia. Well, that's kind of messy as well. That's kind of a messy map. Outback, like the steakhouse. I want to try Outback Steakhouse. We actually don't have Outback Steakhouse here. Well, I don't know if we do actually. But I heard that all the food are like puns for Australian puns. So that sounds interesting. She's just bigger than Australia. Large. Distortion formats really makes it hard to comprehend what the world looks like. Oh yeah, I should have checked what type of map they're using here. But, like, generally this is a good representation, right? Even if it distorts, it's still... ratio relative size is still... can't change that much. Last thing I remember about Taz is the Tasmanian devils went extinct. No, the Tasmanian tigers went extinct. The Tasmanian devils still exist. Yeah, the Outback is only cool. Yeah, but there's Outback Steakhouse. Sorry, there's the restaurant called Outback Steakhouse. Well, yeah. The Outback is just the desert. Anyone in the center area is considered Outback. Basically, in the middle of the country is the Outbacks, and then if you move out, it's called the Whoop Whoops, which is kind of the word for the middle of nowhere. And then you go into more like the suburbs and then the cities. Do you have a comparison between Pluto and Australia? No, but Pluto's a star. The stars are still brighter. Though we've had a lot of restrictions on Lillian now since tourists didn't respect the landmark as its important spiritual ground to the indigenous. Yeah. Yeah. I think because most of the people, there was a weird... It got really popular for a while because there was a place that was doing like glamping style. Oh, I know, it's a dwarf planet. Sorry, my brain. Plato's a dwarf planet. Yeah, right? There was a glamping thing and then a lot of people went there and it was not marketed properly. The expectations are a little high and the people who went were a little disrespectful because they wanted Instagram-worthy stuff. So they did not look after everything. Anyway, next! So communication is important. Can you understand Australian English? Wow! I think you guys are pretty good. You can understand me and I say weird stuff like water, tomato sauce. I don't think you guys have memed on me saying particular stuff. Every once in a while I like mess up on some words, but that's mostly because I get confused because I mostly learn by like listening and like watching stuff, right? That's everyone. That's how you immersion is how you learn languages, right? So because I spend so much time online, sometimes I like have different pronunciations in my head and then they all kind of mess together and I get confused. But Australian English, I think, is can be confusing to some people. Mostly because there's a lot of like slang, and then we don't pronounce a lot of words properly. You just sound too weird, yeah. Also, people get intimidated because we like shortening stuff, so things sound like really repetitive. I know yeah, nah, yeah were like big issues or like a meme for a while. Because a lot of people will say like yeah, nah, or nah, yeah as like answers the question, and that's easy. It's just always the second word. The first one is like kind of like a acknowledgement to the question, right? Give me the slangs. Also, Australian swear a lot. I am an exception because I am a maid, and that is unacceptable behavior. but they do. Sounds like the South in America a little bit, yeah. Slangs like Takayuli and Akataka, yeah. Oh, there's like some terms that are confusing. I think it's also like the difference between British English and American English. Things like thongs to us are like flip-flops. Which is like the sandal plastic shoe. But I know thongs to Americans are like the undies, right? But we also call those body smugglers. Because I don't really want to explain that. I think if you can use your imagination, you can imagine. Oi, mate! Hi! Can I pay you to swear? No, I have a reputation to uphold, mate. Is English data really? Takayuri, yeah, that's just a U-turn. But U-turns are considered like the truck things to Americans, right? I don't know how to describe Takayuri. I don't even drive. Yeah. So thanks to the power of the internet, I prepared a very Australian sentence for you that you guys can try and translate. Let's see if you can work it out. Righty, fellas. Thanks for the yarn. I'm bailing and like a bride's nighty. I'll do a shilly of this last VB, grab the esky and duck down to the servo. Bloody Shazzle wants me to grab some tucker from the servo, 2 dog eyes and dead horse, and then head to the bottle and grab some frothies. We gotta go to a folks for a Barbie. But have a good one, fellas. I'll see you around and whistle. There we go. Because they always don't use a thong as a slipper. Slipper, I feel like, gives more in-house vibes, like house slippers. I didn't say budgie smuggler. Well, earlier I did, but not in this sentence at least. Make sure not to get in a bingo while tucking a yui. I hate that as an Asian person who lives in Australia too long can understand that. It makes sense once you break it down. And then I should explain it. Okay. Yeah, okay. Take the portable fridge. It's not really a portable fridge. Wait, do other countries not have eskies? I don't really have like a context for what is Australia and what isn't, but I'll try to explain it, okay? Radio, fellas. Fellas being interchangeable with mate. I feel like fellas is more your friends, right? Mate, you can use for anyone. Fellas is like biffles, or like your actual friends. Which is different. There's a distinction. Icebox, is that what they call it? Thanks for yarn. Yarn going on about talking. This is the Australian version of yak. Yak, remember, which is the boomer term for yap. I'm bailing, which is fine, right? When you bail jail, it just means that you're leaving. You're the one leaving out of everyone. And it kind of means that you're like cancelling. It has the same vibes as you're cancelling on them, or like you were supposed to stay longer, or you want to stay longer. That's the connotation of it. Off like a bride's nighty, that just means quick. If which is use your imagination. Most of these are pretty just images. Yep, pretty obvious imagery. Outdoor shilly. The shilly is a cultural thing where you drink alcohol out of your shoe. You use your shoe as a cup. Traditionally from a work boot, but most people I think use when they talk about shillies in the modern sense, it's normally from a sneaker because it's mostly teenagers doing them. The last VB, the VB is a beer brand, interchangeable now. Grab the esky is icebox is what you're saying, right? It looks like it's like this, and it's just like a cooler box. A cooler box, but it's hard. You did a shilly before, really? We have a very crass origin of slang, true. But isn't like most like swear words also very crass? So it's kind of like the standard is lower here. Cooler box, esky, yeah. Ducked out to the servo. That's the petrol station, or the American's gas station, which yeah. It sells food. It has like, I think most places, right? Your gas stations do sell food of some sort and like general home goods. Not like a grocery store, but like some items. Bloody is just like a exasperation type of statement. Shazzer is a nickname. You just end most nicknames with za or o, like Jono. You know it's an extra syllable. Shazzer would probably stand for Sharon. Wants me to grab some taka from the server. Taka being like food. Grab some taka from the server. 2 dogs' eyes and a dead horse. 2 meat pies and sauce. And then head to the Bottle O, which is another brand store name which we use as kind of just the word for the place that sells alcohol. Grab some frothies, another word for beer. There's a lot of words for beer. You gotta go to her folks for a barbecue. Have a good one, fellas. I'll see you around like a whistle. Have a good day. I'll see you around soon. Ta-da! Asian never know words. Asians are respectful. Well, you right on, mate. Yeah, taka, food. The gas stations can never be butchies? Butchies? Bobby's barbecue? Yeah, it sounds cute, right? Bobby. I think most people know Bobby because the whole thing like chuck a shrimp on the Bobby, but we don't really use shrimp either. So the summary of this is the translation, the official translation that the website gave was, "Okay, men, thank you for talking. I have to leave you all and leave quickly. I will drink this last beer out of my work boot, collect the cooler, and go to the service station. Don Sharon would like me to get some dinner from the service station, 2 meat pies and sauce. Then we must go to the bottle store and get some beers. We have to go to her parents for a barbecue meal. Have a good day, men. I will see you soon." Can we call you Lizzo? I mean, it kind of sounds like a lizard, but that works as well. Bucky's. Oh, yeah. So that's super Australian slang. Right? This is the beginner level, by the way. Rightio, fellas. Thanks for the yarn. I'm bailing and off like a bride's nighty. I'll do a shilly of this last VB, grab the Esky and duck down to the servo. Bloody Shazzle wants me to grab some tuck from the servo. 2 dog eyes and dead horse, and then head to the bottle well and grab some frothies. We gotta go to our folks or a Barbie. Have a good one, fellas. I'll see you around like a whistle. There we go. Yay! Now, let's see it from a natural speaker. I prepared videos. Are you guys prepared? Are you prepared? This is a more natural example. Okay, ready? Let me turn on desktop sound. Okay.
What happened?
Oh, well, it's really quite funny. I was in bed sleeping at 2 o'clock this morning. My wife comes in and says, "Oh, the shop's been, someone ran into the shop." And I said, "Oh, what?" So I jumped out of bed and all I had was my undies on, and I've walked out the front and I've seen the car smashed, and I've seen the bloke walking back to the car. And so I've walked outside and I said, "Oh, what are you doing, mate? Like, you can't be leaving the scene." And he goes, "Don't be a hero, mate." And I said, "I'm not trying to be a hero, but the police are coming." And he just decided he'd scoot up the road, and I just said, "Nah, it's not going on like that, mate." So I jumped in my car and I started chasing him up the road, and then he went down a side street, and then the police were coming, and I flashed them and sent them off in the direction of him. But mate, all I had was me jocks on. I was chasing him up the street, and I'm just like, mate, like...
Because you told me that this is your mate's shop.
Wait, pause. There you go. Mate, what was that all about? There we go. So that doesn't use that much slang. That was mostly normal English. So if you can understand that, you look good. Just had me jocks on. Not on, mate. Oh, yeah. The whole thing with, like, saying me as well instead of I, or, you know, the proper grammar word for it? Yeah.
And what happened?
What?
Oh, well, it's
Wait,
really quite...
why is it playing again? 6. Next. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now for some cultural things that I like. Really hits you hard, bro. Aussie edition. But accidental speech makes it really hard. Yeah, but that's like in basically every language. If you can consider Australian English its own language, right? So like, if you just stay in the city... if you just stay in the city, you'll be right. She'll be right. The cities were like, prepared or like, tourist friendly. Think of that level, yeah. You can see she doesn't get it one bit, the reporter woman. No, she does. No, most people will. I've never prepared and watched this a few times. Oh, you see this? This was like one of the most popular clips. My dad worked on a big avocado for a while before his back became too crooked to continue working. Wow, that's so cool! I used to live in a rural area at the north before and I adapted and lost my Asian soul. Wow. That's like skill. Basically, you know an extra language at that point. Okay, cultural lesson. So, Australia's iconic big things. Today, there is said to be more than 150 big things across the country, with all sources reporting in excess of 300, although the figure depends strongly on one's definition of big. It's kind of like Australia's tourism thing, but it's just kind of a meme at this point. And it's just fun looking at them, okay? So some of these include notable mentions. Oh, no. The Big Prawn, built in 1989, is 33 tons and it's in Western Australia. Very large, a very large prawn. See, we say prawn and not shrimp. I think it was also built without a tail for a while, but then they added in later. Very cool looking, right? Very cool, a very cool prawn. The Big Prawn, yeah! We also have the Big Potato. Oh, wait, can you see it above my head? Yeah, you can kind of see it, right? That's a potato. That's a potato. That's the Big Potato, guys. Very snazzy. It was built in 1977, and it is 10 meters by 4 meters, which is decently big. I would call that a big potato. Right? And that's in Robertson, New South Wales. Totally not a rock. No, it's, you look at it, it's not. I don't know how they make it. They all have the very similar, like, paper mache looking texture. But I don't think it's paper mache. I'd be like worried if it was. More famous or cool examples I found is the Big Banana in Coast Harbour, which is 13 meters long. It used to be built on a banana plantation, but now it's an amusement park. Award-winning amusement park / fun park, and the place has like laser tag, a giant slide, mini golf, ice skating, toboggan, and a water park. Like, it's like a very popular tourist destination, and it's just like a very interesting thing to see if you're driving past a giant banana. It's happy to see us. Yeah, it's bright yellow. Look at the serotonin. Been there. Potato, why? Why not? Why not? Okay. We also have the Big Easel, which is in Moulton Park, Queensland, and that's the sunflowers painting, and it's 25 meters high at 13.6 tons. But this one looks cool. This one would look awesome, right? I'm surprised I haven't seen more about it. Right? It's really pretty. This looks surreal. It looks really cool. I like it. The next one is my favorite. This one's the Big Lobster. It's in South Australia in the Limestone Coast. It is 17 meters tall, and it is known locally as Larry the Lobster. It has been ranked #1 best big thing in ABC Rural Poll. Wow. Everyone say hi to Larry. Hi, Larry. Enemy crab, it's a lobster. It's different. The Big Lobster, yeah. Larry. So if you want to know more about it, there's a whole wiki. There's a whole wiki for it. A notable one I think that people find interesting is that, in case you were wondering, there is the Big Pooh. It was built in 2002 and it's only 1 by 5 meters, but it doesn't exist anymore. That one was built in protest though. So basically, if you have a reason to build something giant, you build something giant. Enough said. That's the moral. If you learn anything from today, that's the moral of the story. Bye, Larry, I will eat you. If you can crack open that shell, go ahead. Okay. Next slide. The weather. So, if you've been around for the last few months, you may have heard me complain about the weather. and how cold I am. And my hands. Sometimes I wake up and I can't feel my hands. And sometimes I go outside and I exhale and I see my breath and it's so sad. But the reason why I complain about winter is that 80% of homes fail to meet the World Health Organization minimum recommendation for winter warmth. I think your house, it was either I think it was 12 degrees Celsius, 13 degrees Celsius or something. Might have been as high as 16 degrees Celsius. Basically, the World Health Organization has a recommendation for winter warmth, or a temperature that your house should be. Because any lower than that, and you can have health ramifications, and it can affect your mental health. I practically have a heater on every day. Yeah. The reason why is because heating used to be a lot cheaper. So they built houses more for hot weather, but now they're bad for both, and the ventilation is kind of bad. So even if you have a heater, it gets really expensive because all the hot air goes outside. But if you don't have a heater on, most people's houses will end up colder than the outside, because we just have bad insulation. Yeah. Is it that bad? Yeah. There was an article, someone was complaining a while ago that they opened the fridge and the fridge was warmer than their house, and that's when they started having an existential crisis. Also in general, I think in winter and other seasons as well, Australian weather changes a lot. So in the morning it can be really cold, and in the afternoon it could be really hot. That's why you carry around layers often. Yeah, Melbourne weather hot and then cold. I remember when I used to go to school, I basically by lunchtime my backpack would just be filled with clothes. And sometimes if I wasn't bothered, I'll just suck it up during the morning, and I'll be I'll just freeze and I'll be fine later. Who are you? Yes. Summer's the absolute worst. Yeah, summer's gross. But I don't mind the heat, because you can avoid it as long as it's you go to aircon. I don't like humidity. Sometimes, every once in a while, we get super humid. But I know in Southeast Asia, and I haven't experienced Asia in Japan, I think. I stayed for a bit of the beginning, but it was mostly not tsunami. Not monsoon, what's the word? Typhoon season, so it wasn't really warm yet. Yeah, I don't like humidity. Oh, the way that Australians survive though, because heating is expensive, is there's a particular dress code, or I feel you can see it around if you hang around enough. There's a store that sells hoodies, which is basically blankets you can wear. They're really, really popular. On the regular, I'll go grocery shopping and there's just people who wear that around, and I'm okay. Good for you! You look very warm. Ugg boots are also very popular. These are popular shoes to wear inside and outdoors. Yeah. And if you can't wear your hoodie, because you're going to work or something, people just, the typical puffer jacket. These are three items of clothing that most Australians have, I would say. They're not from Australia, they're just very popular. This is basically the winter uniform. Ugg boots. Just when I go to work, it depends on what type of work you do. You can't be a lawyer and rock up in your hoodie. Is that in Northern Territory once a summer? Oh no. Aircon only works so well for 45 to 50 degrees temps, yeah. You can! No, you can't! Oops. I clicked the link. Next! So this is a heat map of Australia on a casual summer day. I know there was a meme going around a while ago that Australia has the fire warning in the lowest The lowest that fire warnings and fire hazards can be is like moderate. So fires are an issue. Recently it's been wet enough that we haven't had any big bushfire issues, but there was one a few years ago. I forget what year. 20-something? 2020, 2019, I think? The bushfire season? But you do get warnings around summer each time, and then they warn you how bad it's gonna be. This year was supposed to be really bad because of El Nino? Or was it El Nino? But because we had a lot of rain beforehand, the ground wasn't dry enough to cause any really bad fires. Rip Alice Springs, yeah. Yep. So if you want cooler areas, maybe hang near the bottom. The really hot areas of the desert, you'll be fine. Does the climate change making Australia hotter or colder? Both. Our summers, I think, have been 1 to 2 degrees hotter than usual, and our winters are also a few degrees colder than usual at the moment. You can paint orange color all over the map and say it's Thailand. Last time we had a 40-degree summer here, it was a national emergency. This is crazy. I think 40 degrees you get used to it. There's like things you gotta do, right? Our typical Australian sun safety, slip, slop, slap. Slip on, like, you have to wear like long sleeve clothes, right? Otherwise the sun, like direct contact with the sun hurts. I particularly don't like leaving the house, full stop, but specifically in summer because seatbelts and stuff get really hot and cars get really hot. Use sunscreen. Oh, it's a thing though that other countries market their sunscreen as Australian, but they're not actually sold in Australia because Australia has really, really high sunscreen standards because we have the hole in the ozone, which is getting a lot better. I think it's basically better now-ish. Which means that we also have really, really high skin cancer rates. Because of that, you should buy Australian sunscreen when you're here. If you're here, just for that extra protection. Not recommending you use other countries' sunscreen just because they aren't targeted for the Australian sun or wasn't made using the Australian sun as like a guide. Car melting or something. Australia being unhinged weather. Hi, Nathan. So you make sure you do that. Of course, when it's hot, I feel like every single time anyone just has hot weather, every local is just outside frying eggs on their pavements or on their cars. The Americans do this too. It's just as soon as any country gets hot enough, everyone on social media is like, "Oh guys, I'm gonna fry an egg on my car." Okay, next time it gets really hot, remind me in January or something. Well, it gets hot, so we'll do a stream. My next cooking stream in summer will be frying an egg on my pavement. It'll just be a long Zatsdan. Become Oompa Loompa. I don't think they sell anything below 30 plus sunscreen these days. But it's also about like how long they last. Oh, it's really cool. They started selling these like patches for like sunscreen where it turns purple or something when the sunscreen wears off. Because you have to reapply sunscreen, and then the SPF number is more about how long it lasts, right? And how often you have to reapply it. It's like an average type of thing. Keep up publishing or cooking? Yeah. Someone remind me when it gets to summer. Steel slides sumo, burning my skin on the slides when I was playing. Yeah. I've leaned or touched the metal slides and it hurt. There was a while when like a lot of playgrounds are made out of steel. Out of kids parks, because you have a lot of kids parks and they're just like free. Also, exercise equipment. They do a lot of parks have like free exercise equipment. And they're made out of steel, so they get really hot. But it's better than the alternative because there's some places that have plastic ones that I've seen. And when I went there during summer, it smelled like toxic plastic fumes. So you gotta pick your poison at that point. Best way to flex how hot your steak, can you cook an egg on the ground, basically. You sure you wanna go outside when it's summer? It's alright. We have cooling stuff. Still like plastic as we on the coast to touch. Water park it is. I've only ever gotten sunburned once in my life, and it was because of a water park. I don't think I could do it. It scares me. We'll have to lay a slightest they can't give you shade now. It's way too high up. It'll just filter through. So that's talking about summer and winter, right? The only other real thing that you need to pay attention to is spring, which is magpie attacks. These are magpies. They're a type of corvoid, closely related to the raven, and they're really smart. Like, they remember faces. So there are two ways to kind of prevent them from attacking you. They attack because they're protecting their eggs, which are in a tree. Okay? One, they have a good reason. They're just not attacking you for fun. Alright? They're protecting the birds. So there's around 2 prevention methods, right? Number 1, befriend the magpies, because they do remember your face and they won't attack you if they know you're a friend. Number 2, helmet. So we have this, the eye technique. And we have the spiky technique. Also, wear sunglasses is recommended so they don't poke your eyes out. And try to avoid not going under trees in spring. There's also like apps and stuff where people report it, so you can check if there's any magpie swooping near you. But it's a real thing. Be careful out there. Magpie, swoop or no swooping. It looks wild, but it works. It's true and tested and true and tested, whatever the saying is. Very cool. Oh wait, going back to summer quickly. This is like one of the big dangers, so especially if you live in a country that doesn't have beaches. Please be careful of riptides. Or rips, we call them. Not the song that everyone plays in the ukulele. Riptides are currents in the sea, which are kind of hard to distinguish unless you really know how to. But it basically pulls you out really quickly, deeper into the sea. You can't really swim against it because it's really strong. So most people recommend you wait until you're... Preserve energy so you don't drown. Until you're like out far enough and it stopped moving, and then swim back in, or try and swim horizontal. But that also depends on how big the rip is. A lot of tourists get pulled out to sea. And it's very dangerous. Very dangerous. The safest way is if you go to a beach, swim between the flags and make sure there's lifeguards. Yeah, riptides are a big thing. They like teach you in classes and stuff. This is just general beach safety. This isn't unique to Australia though. And you was in trouble when I went to a park and saw a sign that said try a different route next time. Stare at the menacing so the magpie cannot gank you. I think they'll poke your eye out. They don't care about the elemental surprise. The sharks get you? Yes and no. Another thing, a lot of people go to Australia. A few people I've heard want to go hiking in Australia. I know not off-road, what's it called? Off-path? Like when you go hiking, you don't follow the path. What's that called? I don't recommend that. I have been hiking several times. If you can't tell, I really like animals, and I did like geography type classes, so we had expeditions and stuff where we had to do science experiments and observations in actual national parks and things. It is very dangerous for you not to follow the path, One, because the paths are frequently walked on, so most animals locally know not to go on it, so you're safer that way. Number two, it's really easy to get lost because the bush is really thick, it looks really similar, and it's very tiring because there's a lot of hills. So even if like you do get lost and somehow you have signal, it's gonna be really hard to find you and to like get you out because there is no open space to pick you up by helicopter, which is a very common like retrievals type thing, right? No hiking freestyle. Don't do it. A lot of times there's no signal as well, so you have to have like an actual GPS and like service thing. Just don't do it. It's not hard. Just don't do it. Oh, one thing I will know is it's very scary for me because like I'm kind of scared of heights. On some hikes, on most hikes, there's a lot of cliffs in our national parks. Like you'll just be walking along a bush path and then BAM! Cliff. So very steep hills. So even if you are just hiking along the path, it is still very dangerous that you'll fall down a cliff. Part of nature, sometimes there's bridges, and sometimes there's railings, not always. Don't make your dreams come true unless it's like your last wish, you know? Then pop off, you got nothing to lose. I did a few hikes in New South Wales, but never off trail. You're never off trail. It's not very recommended. Off track, yeah. Would not recommend. Okay, now for the part that I feel like most people expected me to spend a lot of time on. Animals. Okay, so there's a lot of dangerous Australian animals. I feel like most you won't bump into, especially if you're not hiking, and if you stay around the like city area, which I feel like most tourists do, right? Woo! Okay, here we go. Settle in, guys. I'm going to explain most of the ones that people are most likely to bump into. Also, don't worry, I censored all the super scary ones. The fun part, I don't know if it's fun. Okay, so the thing you need to be scared of is BAM! The scariest ones are smaller than this. Okay? They're quite small. Okay? Everyone gets scared of all the big spiders, all the big animals that wanna hurt you, but the scary ones include the box jellyfish. Which has been labeled the most lethal creature known to mankind. We love to see it. We still have a fatality every year or two from the box jellyfish, because it can kill you in a couple minutes. And there's been 80 total known deaths since 1883. The reason why is it has like 60 tentacles, all with millions of injection harpoons, and they're filled with venom. Woo! The sting has severe localized pain. There's also the pain associated with attempts by the patient to remove the tentacles. Side effects include confusion. Symptoms. The venom causes confusion, agitation, unconsciousness, respiratory failure, and cardiac arrest. This one, the only way to really treat it is you pour vinegar over it and you remove the tentacles. The vinegar neutralizes the venom on the outside, but any venom that's already inside you will hurt. It won't get better. It doesn't treat that. Just prevents it from soaking in more. And you gotta remove the tentacles, which is probably the more painful part of it. Yeah, tentacle warning. So this is a big thing. No, this is a very big danger. And it is quite small, so be careful out there. The next one is also another jellyfish. This is the Irukanji jellyfish. Irukanji. It is translucent, so it's very hard to see. Will I survive if I pee on it? I think the pee is supposed to be like replacement for the vinegar. I don't remember if it works, but most places have vinegar anyway, right? It is 1 to 2 centimeters. It is most noticeable. You'll probably see the tentacles behind it first because it's like 30 centimeters compared to like the actual like jellyfish part of it, which is only like 1 to 2 centimeters, right? It's quoted as the most dangerous jellyfish, and the name of like when you get venomed by it, attacked by it, is the Irukanji syndrome, which is moderately painful, okay? So it's not that bad, with little tissue damage until like 30 minutes later, where you develop severe back pain and severe back and abdominal pain, limb or joint pain, nausea, vomiting, profuse sweating and agitation. You may also experience numbness or paresthesia, a sensation of tingling, burning, or prickling of the skin, psychological phenomena such as feeling of impending doom. So victims require hospitalization, serious painkillers, and intravenous narcotics. Yep. All the good stuff from the hospital. Fun, right? Normally the really popular beaches they check and they'll tell you if there are there. This is if you just decide to swim in the middle of nowhere. The next jellyfish. This one's a little less dangerous, but the blue bottle. So yeah, you might not feel anything. You have 30 minutes to go to the hospital before things go downhill. This is the blue bottle, or it's called the Pacific manifolder. It's actually not a single animal. It's a colony of 4 kinds of highly modified individuals. So it's a zooid, right? So it's 4 different things that live together and are dependent on each other, and they form kind of one creature. It's like one of them Power Ranger type thing. Yeah. But they're basically similar-ish. So they're very common, right? There's like around 10,000 to 30,000 stings each year along the east coast of Australia. With around 500 reported from Western Australia and South Australia. They're very common on summer months in the east coast, and then autumn and winter in the southern Western Australia. It hurts. You probably won't die. This one you don't pee on. Don't pee on this one. No vinegar for this one. This one you just want to soak it in hot water and you rinse it with seawater. Okay? No pee. Don't pee on your friends if they get bitten by something that's blue. If they don't know what they got bitten by, yeah, you can do that. Thought it was plastic. I see these little beaches all the time. They're actually really pretty. I like clicking them with a stick, cause they're dead anyway. They're very common. So you won't die from it. It's just like, yeah, big chance, but it'll be fine. You'll be right. You'll be right. The next one is the opposite. This one, very dangerous. Very unlikely that you'll bump into them, but just in case, because it is pretty. Just avoid blue things. Honestly, the whole thing of like they use blue band-aids when you like cook food because it's not supposed to exist in nature and food. If you see a pretty blue animal, just don't bother it. Don't touch it. That's a good idea, right? So if you see a pretty octopus like this, don't touch it. Don't touch it. So this is the blue ring octopus. There is no anti-venom, so no one can help you. It's basically good luck. That's on you. Yeah, but the venom inside has enough poison inside to kill 26 humans, so good luck, you're gonna need it. Also, I hope you didn't get stung that badly. Yep. So it's found early in the temperate waters of southern Australia, and the lesser makes its home in reef flats and tidal pools from southern Western Australia to eastern Victoria. They're also found in other countries, right? Northern Australia to Japan, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, Philippines, Indonesia, and Sri Lanka. So these are known. People know about these. But they're rare because they're kind of shy. So if you're just very unlucky or making stupid decisions, that's something to pay attention to. This is a quick one. Notable mentions. 26 humans. Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious, guys. That's so hilarious. From the top left one, that's a cone snail. There's like a few different cone snail species. Australia has the dangerous ones though. There's sea snails that have like a harpoon-like tooth that injects a fast-acting venom. It causes intense pain, swelling, numbness, tingling, nausea, and vomiting. I think the most common thing is the recommendation is if you see a shell that you can't see inside of, don't do like the cool beach thing where you put against your ear and you listen for the waves. Don't do that. It's dangerous. There's different patterns though. Remember this pattern, and then there's like a darker version where it's more geometric. I would be careful of those. Everyone knows what normal seashells look like, right? Don't pick up any unique ones just because you're on holidays. Ugh, fish. Yeah! It's the ugh fish. Okay, top right is the stonefish. 2 stonefish species occur in Australia, mainly in the tropics. The venom is among the most potent of any fish and can be fatal. It's hard to see them because they're well camouflaged and they grow around 35 centimeters. The danger is their dorsal spines, so you'll step on them, maybe. And it's strong enough to pierce through like rubber-soled shoes, which is like diving type shoes, or like if you're just wearing flip-flops to the beach. So I don't think it's very likely that you'll bump into them, but do be careful if you're around those areas in the tropics, aka Queensland. Lionfish, we all know which one's lionfish. They're all around Australia. They have 13 sharp and venomous spines that can produce painful puncture wounds. It's immense pain and can give you a headache, vomiting, stomach pains. It can stop your arms, legs, lungs, and heart working properly, which is always a nice combination, wouldn't you think? Hi, Deluxe. Avoid coral bush. Noted. Just don't do things for fun. No. If you're gonna go do things, make sure it's for professional, right? These are mostly around Queensland, particularly as well. You know when you like dive in the Great Barrier Reef? Yeah, that's why the Great Barrier Reef is protected anyway, so you shouldn't be diving there without permission. But yeah. And then the fish, which is the toadfish. It's very toxic. It's mostly just not eaten, so if you're going fishing, don't eat it. It's like a pufferfish. This type of pufferfish. People have died from eating it. It doesn't look very yummy. Just don't. Yeah, but it does kind of look cute, right? It's funny because unlike other like pufferfish, it's smooth. The smooth toadfish. So if you see pictures of it like being puffed up, it's just kind of like a balloon. It's like that Shrek. You know that the Shrek when he blows up the frog? It looks like that. Cute, right? It looks funny. He's just a derpy little guy. It's toxic. toxic, but it's poisonous, which is different from venomous because you just don't eat it. I think you can eat it, but it's like other pufferfish or fugu, right? Well, you have to prepare it properly. But I don't know if there's that many people, because it's not really considered a delicacy as much, that have put time into learning to prepare it properly. Yes. Next! Classic. Shelly here, the biggest threat is chicken for KC. What do you have against chicken for KC? Crocodiles, yes. We have crocodiles and alligators, saltwater and freshwater. The most dangerous is the saltwater one because they're a lot bigger. They're the world's largest living reptile species and they can grow up to 6 meters long and weigh up to a ton. Saltwater crocs, salties. They're a big thing in Queensland, especially like the further north you go. They camouflage pretty well, especially if it's like swampier, because they just float on top of the water and they look like logs. Generally, they just recommend you swim only in designated and signed areas. And even then, sometimes it's good to like just check that there's like nothing in the water. Because every once in a while they do wander a little too far in and end up at people's pools. And that's why we have crocodile people. Yeah, it's the same as Florida rules. Just stick to Florida rules. The Floridian cat. Time when 100 of these guys got loose. They're just little lizards. Yeah, Steve Allen! Classic. I don't think, for me personally, I don't think crocodiles are a big deal. There are crocodile like tours that you can go on, which seem pretty cool though. Yeah, if you want to see crocodiles, go see them at the zoo. Aquarium? Wait, crocodiles are the aquariums or zoos? Or go on a crocodile tour. Those are pretty cool too. We also have sharks. Shark attacks. There's like a lot of different species. We have tiger sharks and other types of sharks. Great white sharks. In Australian waters, we only get around 10 shark attacks per year. So that's not bad. That's really not bad. Not all of these are fatal, so they're okay. Just watch around northern waters, and you'll be fine. Most of the time, if you're on like a proper beach, they'll give you a warning if there are sharks around, so you'll be fine. I think it's mostly surfers that get really worried because they're out further into the sea, but sharks don't go too close to the coast anyway. Yeah, delay. I'm not scared of no sharks. Ta-da! Okay. Well, you guys, this is no pictures because I am also scared of the pictures. But spiders, this is the thing that a lot of people are scared about. I know people yell at me all the time, like, you guys call big spiders. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Spiders are less threatening, Spiders are less life-threatening than snakes or sharks, or even bees. There are more deaths in Australia from allergic reactions to bees. So you should be more scared of bees at this point. Most places have good pest control. Most spiders that are lethal don't normally go inside homes. So you're fine. And we have anti-venoms for the most dangerous spiders. Funnelweb, redback, and it's only been administered in very severe cases, which is rare. So not that many deaths, okay? Okay? The deadliest spiders are the funnelwebs. Number 1 being the Sydney funnelweb, which is the deadliest spider in Australia and possibly the world. It's burrows in human shelter places and they're quite aggressive. they're scary because their fangs can pierce your nails. So most clothes and like shoes maybe won't protect you. The venom has a compound that can attack the human nervous system and alter the functioning of all organs. And if it's a male, it can kill you. All around there are like 40 different types of funnel webs, and they're all dangerous. It's pretty obvious, kind of, where they are, because they like burrowing or making like a funnel, right? They live in like cracks in the ground or in the walls. So if you see like a bunch of like spider webs and like making like a sort of circle into a wall, don't walk near it. Just in general, don't stick your hand into gaps in the walls or the holes. No, just not a good idea. Why would you ever stick any part of your body into a hole in a wall? Yeah, don't do that. We will only accept your hands or slider images only. The Black Widow isn't considered like very dangerous. The number 2 like most dangerous spider is the redback spider because it is very venomous. And there's they're very common because these ones they do wander into your house every once in a while. So there are 2,000 bites reported each year, and only around 250 people receive the anti-venom. So that means that it's like a severe case, right? No deaths have been recorded since the anti-venom became available in the 1950s, mostly because I feel like redbacks are very noticeable because it has a red marking on its back. We get told to, if you get bitten by something, to stare at it and try and remember what it looks like so they can get you the right anti-venom. Yeah. Not bad. I feel like the one that, let's see. Yeah, so the main symptom of redback spiders are just severe and persistent pain, which can last a few hours or a few days depending on the person. And you can get nausea, malaise, and lethargy. Most people, when they're scared of Australian spiders, I think have seen pictures of huntsmen, which are the really big spiders, but those are pretty harmless. I don't like them because they're really big and they scare me as well. But they scare off other spiders and other bugs, so you just kind of pick your poison at that point. Hold up, yo, Ozzy, yeah. Yeah, so huntsmen, if you see the picture of the big spiders, not scary, not dangerous. Well, they are scary, but they're not dangerous. But spiders aren't a worry, because in the city at least, you have pest control and anti-venoms are available. So 大丈夫. 걱정하지 마. Okay. Next! Snakes! Also no picture. Because I don't know if the fear of snakes is very common, but yeah. Bites are rare in Australia. Since we have anti-venoms again, there's only around 4 and 6 deaths a year. Which is better than other countries, okay? This is just an article. But supposedly in India, they have up to 1 million bites a year and over 50,000 deaths. According to Associate Professor Brian Fry, a herpetologist and venom expert at the University of Queensland. So 4 to 6 deaths is not bad for snakes. The 2 that I will talk about are the eastern brown snake, which is responsible for more deaths every year in Australia than other group of snakes. Not only is their venom ranked as the second most toxic of any land snake in the world, they live in populated areas, especially rural areas. All snakes are protected in Australia, so no touching unless you're trained. You shouldn't just touch snakes in general. Most of the deaths or like incidents like to snakes, because we have snake experts, right? Is like people going to do it for like dares or like trying to do like prove their bravery and stuff like that. Like hydration. When I get that, I'll raise the bite rate. Oh, there we go. There's an example right there. Cause it's Aussie talk, the Aussie is amplified. But I'm still talking my normal accent. What do you mean? So many snakes here, it's not bad until it appears on your toilet. That's scary. Last sent me a video today about a snake appearing in someone's bed. Yeah. It happens. Sometimes you'll find snakes around, but it depends on where you are. That's very common in rural areas. Which, once again, most tourists stay in the city, so you're fine. Yeah. So, you said brown snake, kind of likely that you'll bump into them. They look brown, you'll be able to tell. The venom causes progressive paralysis and stops the blood from clotting. So it takes several doses of anti-venom to reverse, and you'll collapse within a few minutes. So, make sure you have someone on speed dial. Just have a buddy around, you know? Just have a buddy around. Make sure you have friends. The second most dangerous snake and most common is western brown snake. So just don't mess with any snakes in general, especially not any that are brown. The western ones are less aggressive though, and it's not as toxic. The poison isn't as toxic, but they do give you 3 times as much as the eastern brown snake. So I don't know how the math works out. The bites are usually painless, since they have smaller fangs. But you'll have a headache, nausea, abdominal pain, and blood clotting problems, and sometimes it's kidney damage. So yeah, that's a snake for you. Assume any snake is dangerous, is just like go near it. Yeah, I feel like that's normal, right? Most humans have like inbuilt danger sensors. I don't think snakes. A healthy fear of snakes is normal. Once I went in the toilet in my house when I got in, a blue-tongued lizard was in the toilet. Blue-tongued lizards are cute. They're pretty. I don't think they're dangerous. Like, yeah, they're safe. They're totally safe. But a bet is a bet. Touch dies. Oh no. I guess I need a new manager, guys. Blue jump. Now hiring new manager for Lillian. Badger, mushroom. Snake. So now, with all the danger talk, let us cleanse our souls and spirits. Cleanse the souls and spirits with a quokka. Quokkas. These are found in Western Australia, in Rottnest Island specifically. They got really popular on social media because they are always smiling and they're not scared of people. Because they don't have any natural predators on that island. But then people started ruining it because they would force the animals to take pictures with them. And so they're a little scared now. They're a little scared. Which kind of sucks. But they're still extremely cute and goofy looking. Wait, what a doggy face! Yeah, these guys in Australia. They're a little out of the way though. Well, they're in Western Australia. Look so cute. I think if you go when it's not too busy, they might open up a bit more. But it was like a really big tourist thing because of social media. A lot of celebrities took pictures of them. Yeah, I feel bad for them. Imagine you're just living your introvert life. You just have your group of friends on the island, and then someone posts a picture of you, and you go viral. And then now there's a bunch of random people sticking phones in your face. Of course they would get scared. It's something we have as a pet. Hey, those lies. Yeah, it's like we have as pets, like drop bears we have as pets. Of course. This guy might win cat on cuteness. They're cute, right? I agree. It's a smug aura mocks me. Not everything needs... everyone else is saying, oh, so cute. And it's going, square up, come at me. Just appreciate. Is this cuteness aggression? Cuteness aggression? But yeah, do you feel cleansed? Feel less scared? Let the fear flow away. So this is Australia's emblem, which is like our national animals. These two animals have both been considered pets though, and we consume both of them. Yum, yum, yum. Consume. You know, when your national animal just gets eaten. Yeah, so fun. I'll just talk about them now. Did you participate in the emu war? No, but I read about it in the newspapers. The emblem also venomous? No, the plants are not venomous, and I don't think emus and kangaroos are particularly considered dangerous. They're not considered dangerous. They can be, potentially. They may fall hard for the right to be in the coat of arms of legally owned Western Australia. Yep, understandable. Putting pests on your coat of arms is an interesting move. They weren't originally pests. So we just have a lot of pests, you know? Australians are just bad at dealing with animals. Let's look at kangaroos first. So they have strong hind legs and long, powerful claws that can damage you, but they're usually docile and only attack if provoked, or the young ones, like kids, joeys, are threatened. It's a little controversial because they are national animals, but there are a lot of them. In the past 10 years, Australia has culled 31.5 million kangaroos, which is the largest commercial killing of land-based wildlife in the world. There are still twice as many kangaroos as humans in Australia. And if you go to a tourist shop, you'll see a lot of their parts being used as souvenirs. I saw like a pouch made out of a kangaroo scrotum one time. And you can buy the meat in any grocery store. It's very common. But not that many people eat it. It's recommended for like healthier people because it's very lean meat. You can't keep roos as pets though, kangaroos as pets. Although I know there's some people in America who do. No, I haven't. I'm talking about it now. On the right, we have emus, which are farmed for their meat, oil, and leather. We export emu meat, but Australians themselves don't eat it because, I don't know. Technically, it would look like a chicken, right? Technically-ish. They're also considered a pest. They're most famously known for the emu wars, which is like a war against humans, which the humans lost because they ran out of funding and weapons, like bullets. Basically, a bunch of people were hired to get rid of emu numbers, but because emus are great at guerrilla warfare, it's all like they had formations and they kind of outran and made them waste all their bullets, right? So there's two of them. There have been 2 emu wars, and emus won both of them. Emu eggs, it's hard to find ones because it's hard to get approval for food standard reasons, but there are people who sell them. Then they always say it's not supposed to be used for food services. Wink. Wink. Perhaps using machine guns wasn't the right idea. They just thought it would be cool, you know, machine guns go brrr. Infinite emu glitch. It's cause when they shot, they scattered, so they only get a few at a time. Yeah. The Matrix, for real. Okay, so another picture of our national icons. There you go. Australia. Think Aussies just have bad aim? I mean, even with a machine gun, you probably hit at least some of them, right? Or some of them, right? Yeah. Yummy! Kangaroo. Oh yeah, I have a video. What's the thing on the right? Oh, that's emu oil. So we turn the emus into oil for health reasons. Oh wait, you can't see because of my head. I forgot. Sorry. Here you go. Here you go. I'll stay here for the next video. I don't know why the cooked picture reminds me of Korean beef bulgogi. Oh wait. Yeah, kinda, right? I think it's just stir fried and maybe the coloring of it. You guys ready to watch a video on kangaroos? This one's recent-ish. This was like from the last year, and I found it interesting because it was an American news program reporting on it. So it's a little different from usual.
This kangaroo has some fury in its pouch. Check this out. But it's no match for a black belt. A martial arts instructor in Australia saw his dog in a headlock by the kangaroo, jumped into action, so he slapped the kangaroo. The kangaroo released the dog. Turns out this isn't the first time a dog has been rescued from this particular kangaroo.
That poor dog.
Look at him. No, put him up. Here we go.
Oh my God! Look at the muscles on that kangaroo.
What is he lifting?
He's benching a lot.
Cow.
Wait. Ow.
I feel.
Yeah! Stay. Good to know. Very fun. Yeah, that's our national icons. Next! Look at this fuzzy guy. Look at this little fuzzy guy. Look at this stupid little fuzzy guy. This is a wombat. Doesn't he look so sleepy? These are nocturnal. They're very sleepy. They're just a little sleepy guy. Lillian, what's that supposed to mean? Go swing, you best not miss. Oh, kangaroos also drown you. So if you see a kangaroo in the water, don't go near it. Otherwise, it'll grab you and then like basically push you underwater to drown you. Kangaroos are like quiet. Those are like the really like scary defensive ones though. If you're just in like the coast plus more of the suburb areas, you'll also see a lot of small kangaroos just hopping around. You also like bump into their poop a lot just on the grass. And they're kind of cute. Those ones are shy. So many videos of kangaroos attempting to jab people's dogs. I think the dogs just got a little too close and then the kangaroos felt threatened though. You know, Harrod? Yeah! So these are wombats. They have cube-shaped poop. And they are solitary and shy. So they can be dangerous. They have sharp claws, large teeth, and strong bodies. And they can bite you and scratch you. And these scary guys have killed one person. They have a kill count of 1. So be careful. Don't annoy them. Don't let that fuzzy face fool you. They also love crossing roads randomly while cars drive past. Oh yeah, then they dent the cars, right? Saying about them being endangered, yeah, it's all because of habitat loss. That's higher than me. You don't plan on changing that anytime soon, right? Why? That guy that died must be the only one who tried to hug it. Probably, I feel like that makes sense. Wait, hold up. Oops, never mind. Once I get to share, the Reese can't defeat me. What's that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean? Okay, the next slide. Cassowary. So, cassowaries, I think there's no like official statement, but they're considered one of the world's most dangerous birds. And these are also found in Queensland in the tropical rainforest type areas. Generally, you don't wander around there because there are a lot of dangerous animals up there, like the cassowary, like alligators, like a lot of poisonous animals. So, yeah, you need like an actual guide for those things. Fences break and while people jumping at night, cows stand in the middle of the road. Yeah, that's just what happens out in the rural areas. Yeah, those aggressive. They are literal modern day raptors. Yep. So they have known to kill human beings with slashing blows of its feet, and they have full 3 toes like like raptors. Dagger-like nails. They also are very fast because they're kind of related-ish to like other flightless birds, right? Like emus and stuff. They can run around 50 kilometers per hour, which is around in America. In freedom, it's 31 miles per hour. Yeah. They also like peck you. Also, very scary. Very scary. But look, it's blue. Remember what I said about blue animals? Remember my advice about blue animals? Yes? Yes? Very cool. Great advice. The attack is over. They're quite aggressive, so yeah. Maybe you'll get lucky and they'll run away. Bluish scary. Exactly, Phantom. Bluish very scary. Thanks for color-coding dangerous animals. Red? If it's red, it's probably not natural and dangerous. If it's blue, it's definitely dangerous. I only know blue jump. Yeah, everyone in blue jump is dangerous. Hello, I'm a dragon. I'm super dangerous. 19 has a gun. She's super dangerous. Red to the colorblind? Oh. Is there a blue type of colorblind? Isn't it red most common? Well, brown is also very dangerous, so that too, I guess. Yeah. Checks out, thank you. Blue jump danger. Most dangerous to me, she can't even clean rooms. Hey, what's that gonna do me till I can clean just fine? Next one! This is a platypus. I think these are really cute. People describe it as a duck-like bill, beaver-like tail. I think other people think it's very interesting because they look very unique, like a mix of different animals. Especially that's what the British, when they came over, thought about them. Oh, you can't see the bill because of my big head. Hold up. Platypus. Red danger, don't touch. Brown danger, don't touch. Blue danger, don't touch. Thank you. That's a great summary. Tourism Australia should hire you last. That's a great summary. Yeah, it's a monotreme egg-laying mammal. I think that's what it's called, right? They lay eggs. They also have venom, which is not deadly to humans, but it can kill like dogs and cats. And that's from like a spur on the back of its hind legs. They are very rare. Not a lot of people can see them, so your best bet of seeing them is at a zoo of some kind. Even in the wild, they're very hard to find. Yeah, but it's not like you're gonna go, "Hello, Mr. Platypus. Are you a female or male?" Because only males have the spur. Or the venomous spur, yeah, but I think the main indicator of like if it's a male or female is the size, but you need a frame of reference to be able to say, oh yes, that is bigger than a female. So it must be a male, right? Even me, if I read like the information like centimeters, like how big it's supposed to be, I don't think I would be able to comprehend if this one's a male or female. Perry the platypus. How fightable is a platypus? Not very. It'll probably just swim away. They're kind of shy. Okay, these two animals, honorable mentions. To the left, we have something called the Tasmanian devil. They're very endangered. They make really disturbing sounds, and that's why they got their name. But they're pretty shy. They don't really attack. They're not dangerous. They're cute, right? And on the right, we have a dingo, which is basically an Australian type of dog or wild dog. they're generally nice, except for that one case where, like, they stole someone's baby. Basically, there was an unfortunate accident where this lady was camping and she said that a dingo stole her baby, but then people didn't believe her until later, so she ended up going to jail for a bit until they found, you know, the baby's clothes near a dingo den. So it's an unfortunate thing. It's really interesting because we've domesticated dingoes, so there are just people walking around with dingoes as pets now. Yeah. But they're dog-shaped. If friend-shaped, no danger, yes? They are so friend-shaped. I'm sure you'll be fine. They jailed the poor woman, yeah. So that's 2 more national animals. Very cool. We now have the most famous one. I feel like this one's the most famous. Everyone likes koalas for some reason. To me, koalas are kind of like pandas, except not as cool. But I'm also very biased because they also aren't very good at surviving, to be honest. I really question their surviving abilities. Not great at it. Not great at it. They're kind of ugly. Yeah, pandas are kind of cuter. And they also make really weird sounds. Pandas have cute, like, a yelp and squeaking sound, and koalas go blah. Zero survival skills. I'm suspecting something else with the Tasmanian devils due to Looney Tunes. Sure, it looks very different from the Looney Tunes one. So I don't think this advice is not geared towards someone who's not dragon shaped. No. I've factored in the fragility of humans as well. Don't worry, trust. Dirty butts. They have bad diets. This is the good news for the human race. As they ate well, they'd be drop bears and conquer us all. Yeah, like pandas, they don't get a lot of nutrition from eucalyptus, and it's a problem that, like, eucalyptus, like, because of like climate change, is not having enough moisture, so they are slowly dying from in the wild from not having enough hydration. Remember to hydrate. Their brains are also ridiculously small, like 60% smaller than it should be for a creature of their size. A marsupial of its size, sorry. And their brains are actually smooth, like no wrinkles, no lumps. It is very interesting to see. It's estimated around 60% of koalas have chlamydia. It's a big issue, like it's the leading cause of death. And they may go extinct because of it, but it's okay because they're still trialing with great success a vaccine for it at the moment. So hopefully that saves the koalas. They're good at surviving. The numbers are bad because humans keep killing the homes just like pandas. Yeah, but yeah, it's like a mixture of both. They don't have great adaptability because without the eucalyptus, they don't have any food. And then they are also very clumsy and fall out of trees quite often. They just wander around aimlessly until they find a new tree. Stuff like that, right? I also wonder if the koala could live in my town's eucalyptus forest. It's totally a possibility. Too specialized. A little too specialized. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Koalas, koalas have... There's videos of koalas fighting. They can tussle. They can fight. They have big claws. Don't let the looks fool you. They also normally move really slowly, but they can run fast. How fast? Let me check. Yeah. Around 32 kph. Kilometers per hour. 32 kilometers per hour. Which which I don't know what that is in freedom. They can fight, they just don't want to. They are constantly drunk because of the eucalyptus and how their digestion works. So I don't think they have the mental or physical capabilities or like, you know, the brain cognitive functioning to fight, honestly. Right. Next. This one's something I'm personally really scared of because I have a bad how do I say it? I have a bad relationship with ants. This is a fire ant. Their bite really hurts. That's all there is to say about them. Fun facts. Koala's diet consists mostly of eucalyptus, but they only recognize the leaves as food when on a branch. Yeah. You'll see in like the zoos, they like have to like attach it to the branch to the tree that they sit on, and they just like refuel that. You're the one starting war on the night. That wasn't on purpose. That was a peace offering, and then it just turned out to be a Trojan horse type situation, which was not part of the plan. Everyone always thinks that I have like 5-head strategy, but it's not. I'm just clumsy and dumb. Okay? I depend on luck for most of my gameplays. Very picky eaters. These guys bite and pee on the toxic on the bite market. Yeah, they're a little dangerous. They're a little dangerous. So those are like the kind of like the dangerous animals and cute animals. One thing I always mention whenever we talk about Australian animals is something I feel very passionately about. Possums! Australian possums are so much cuter than American possums. I saw a cute picture of opossum, so I'm like, okay. But I really don't like opossums. They scare me. That one picture of the babies attached to the opossum back gives me like trypophobia or something. The opossums are cute. They're kind of loud. They're kind of protected as well, so you can't really do anything about them. But they're just like a friend that you can give food to. Got bitten by a fire ant once, never again. I have never been bitten, but I am very scared of it. Everyone like avoids them. It's trying too hard to be cute. Hey! What's that supposed to mean? It's not its fault it was born like that. The opossums are friendly little guys who eat out bug and vermins. Oh, our possums just eat fruit. They're adorable, they get rabies. Sure. They look so ratty. Opossums look so ratty. Look, it looks like it's in a constant state of fear. Wait, you sure they don't get rabies? What? No way. Sugar gliders are cute though. I feel like most people think they're cuter. Australian possums. Yeah, and then the final Australian creature, which is not domestic, but BAM! Me! Don't worry, very dangerous, but the chance that you encounter a Lillian in the wild, very, very low. Very, very low. No way! Bam! Opossums can carry rabies or aren't affected by it. What? That's kind of wild. They're not rats, they're America's only marsupial. Oh, okay. I'll cut them some slack because they're America's only marsupial. Blood temperature's too low? Why is their blood temperature low? That's... I don't know if that makes it better, because that means that you can like interact with an opossum and you don't know it's crazy, or you're gonna get crazy. I call this the other side of the street. I know! Stop ruining my jokes! Oh. It's not red, blue, or brown, it's safe. Hey, if you mix red and blue, doesn't that make purple? Be right back, moving to Australia right now. Very pretty. Well, I was here for a bit. Did you miss the cane toads? I don't think they're in danger. I didn't really talk about the cane toads. Yeah. I mentioned it a little bit when I talked about Queensland. The purple color was developed for toxicity of play league. I'm not a toxic league player, never. But yeah, the chance of bumping into a Lillian is 0.00 1%. Lillians are very good at camouflage. You might see them at local anime conventions, but even then they are camouflaged as different creatures anyway. Blending into the surroundings, you know? Be careful, the other one, Lillian. Yeah. Which state do Lillians tend to reside in? The state of existential dread. I could have met Lillian and never knew you could have. You could have. Yeah, cool. Anyway, and that's the 40 odd slides that I prepared for the presentation. Do we have any questions? Any questions? Is there an antidote if I could contact a Lillian? Yeah, you gotta touch grass. How to survive a Lillian encounter? Don't make eye contact. But that's more for her than you. And just don't head pat. Avoid the horns. There's 4 of them for a reason. Maybe we should paint my horns blue. Just for danger warnings. Tourist spots. Nice seeing all the kind species in the world. What's a Lillian? A Lillian is a dragon. One of the large, medium size, large-ish alligators are bigger. Living reptiles. But dragons are also warm-blooded, so... Wait. Can reptiles be warm-blooded? Ancestors of reptiles, but warm-blooded. Well, reptiles are ancestors of dragons. I don't know. How's the history of dragons like? I haven't done the DNA test. Genealogy. I got a better one for you. Why, Lillian? Why is your opinion on Opus so terrible? It's just the one picture, okay? It's that one picture that gives me the heebie-jeebies. Oh yeah, avoid head pats, avoid head pats. I'll do you one better. How is Lillian? I'm good, thanks for asking. I'll leave a dragon though. Good tourist spots. What's it? I like the amusement parks we have, but a lot of them are under what's it called, construction, so I don't know if I could recommend them. I like Australia has really good food and coffee culture. Cause it's very multicultural, right? A lot of times you have to like go out of the city for like specific cultural foods. Cause you know about diaspora, right? And like immigrants, how like they all kind of make communities in different areas. So if you want like different multicultural experiences, it's really cool. Since if you can like travel for like 30 minutes and go basically into another cultural vibe. Street food I enjoy a lot, but it's like very expensive because it's like $10 for street food, and a lot of times after like buying a bunch of street food and not being full, I question myself because I'm like, I could have just gotten a proper meal with this money. Coffee culture is really cool there as well. I will say Melbourne City is one of my favorite cities, just like as in general. The CBD is probably one of the nicest, but Sydney beaches are very famous. The coast is very cool. Northern coast areas. Queensland mostly is known for some different tourist stuff. The coast, the Sunshine Coast, is where the amusement parks are, which I enjoy. $10 takoyaki is worth it too. They do make it fresh. How far is Australia from Antarctica? I actually had a friend who went to Antarctica. It is quite a while away. I'm pretty sure you could do tours, but it costs a lot of money to get into Antarctica. Gold Coast, yeah. Is a big tourist mecca. I would avoid the Gold Coast during, December-ish times, like, because that's when schoolies is on. The other countries have different terms for it. Schoolies is like when all the high school students graduate and they go have like big raves and parties. And so the whole place is kind of like, ooh, crazy town full of scary high schoolers. JC places in general are overpriced? Yeah, but most of the cities are kind of overpriced too. Melbourne's kind of arts central. Sydney has chill vibes. Canberra is, I don't know, maybe it's because all the government stuff is there. It's kind of boring. As a very the vibe is very serious to me, and the food there is really expensive as well. They have some cool memorials and touristy stuff, but I think most people agree that Canberra is kind of boring. Yeah. I like art galleries. The bridge is cool. Yeah, but the Harbour Bridge? The Harbour Bridge, isn't there like another version, like the same type of bridge in America anyway? Because that type of bridge is very common. A lot of people go for Vivid, which is around this time of the year, which is our light festival. It's gone downhill. I wouldn't recommend it. It's just, you stand out in the cold and you see pretty light shows. A lot of people go for the fireworks and New Year's. That's like a big touristy thing as well, right? Which is okay. It's okay. I think it's way overcrowded. Has Lillian ever been bitten by any of the creatures? No, I haven't actually. I'm pretty good at avoiding danger. Canberra has a lot of museums and mountains, but that's about it. Yeah. There's like some interesting museums on the way there. Oh, I really like rural town, like farming town type festivals. You can go to farms and do like fruit picking. There's like a town called Young, I think, that has like a cherry festival, and it's really nice talking to like locals and like farmers. And it has very cottagecore vibes, which I really enjoy. Rural towns also have like really nice architecture, and there's like a lot of free stuff that you just walk around and look. I think the last time I went to one, there was like a arts and crafts store. It was just like these nice old ladies who were just knitting. It was really cute. Antarctica seems really close to Australia on the map. No, it's not that close. Antarctica is also huge. But you can go to Antarctica from Australia. But I think you have to make a pit stop somewhere. My friend told me about it, but it was years ago when she went. Yeah. Have you ever been bitten by any of these creatures, Echo? Statistically, I don't think most people have been bitten. I haven't even been, like, stung by a bee. 'Cause when you're scared, you either run away or you stay still, right? You just gotta be smart and make the right decision. I've never been stung by a bee. That's also, like, a big fear of mine. I don't want to be stung by a bee. Yeah. Yeah, it's really hard. As like more of a local person, I kind of know what is worth it and what isn't. But also, to me, most of the touristy spots is kind of like, boy. Think all resupplies to Antarctica stations go through Australia? Ah, that makes sense. There's not much else around. Lillian didn't get stung by bees because she likes jazz. Yeah, every single time a bee approaches me, is that jazz? That's jazz, right? Yeah. Wow! There you go. That's Australia for you. Have I proved my Australianness? Now everyone knows. It's not like it was a secret. Now, whenever there's a comment asking, "Oh, are you British?" we can just link them this VOD. No, not British. You're Australian? Stare. Bee, ant, wasp, snake, dog, scorpion, centipede. That's what I got. Oh yeah, we have centipedes too. We have a type of tick that causes paralysis. But those are the list. But I feel like most countries have some sort of animal like that. From the few Australians I know, you're chilling in Australia. Thank you. What about the Aussie food? Isn't most of the Australian food kind of like controversial? Aussie food, pavlova, which is like, I like pavlova. Pavlova is like a meringue cake type thing that has fruit on it. I think we're in fights with it with New Zealand over who invented that one. Lamingtons are hit or miss. I think sometimes if the dry coconut is too dry, I don't like it. Right? But lamingtons are good. It's basically a sponge cake with some jam covered in chocolate, covered in coconut. Pavlova's baking stew. Pavlova takes a long time to cook because there's so much air. Also, last time I made meringue, I broke my mixing bowl, so I gotta invest in a stronger mixing bowl first. Food exercise there's nothing interesting. Choose a chicken, so to speak. True! If you ever go to Australia, actually, I'll just bring... Can I export chicken salt? If I ever visit the other members, I'll make them try Australian food. I'll bring the Vegemite and chicken salt. I feel like Tim Tams are exported to everywhere now. There's also like another snack called like Violet Crumble, which is basically like a... What's it called? Crunchy? Like a honeycomb thing, but it's more like shadow texture. The texture is different, but the flavor is the same. How do you break your mixing bowl whipping eggs? Strong. Dragon strength. Yeah, it cracked through the bottom. It was really weird because... to be fair, it was a plastic mixing bowl. It was a plastic mixing bowl. Aussies, do you like to brag about chicken salt? No one wants to export it. I think it's because people won't use it. People get weirded out by it. Also, yeah, I think it actually has chicken in it. You have to get like the proper brands too, because some brands don't do it properly. There's like good brands and bad brands. And then also a problem with like clumping stuff. Like it clumps and becomes a solid. You know, like how if you like leave sugar in a container for too long, it comes like rock solid. So I think it looks really appetizing sometimes. But that's what I was so surprised. If you had to rank like fast food stores, this is on Trash Taste as well when they did this interview in Australia. But like number one is basically KFC. Most people like KFC in Australia. I know that in America, KFC is like ranked really low. And I was really surprised about that because like maybe you wouldn't like it, but like the chips at KFC are kind of soggy, but they add a lot of chicken salt, so it evens out. Potato cakes are also peak and fried dim sims. That's like carnival, like tuck shop, like snack shop food, like chico rolls, which are like these corn meat fried sticks. I don't know how to say it. We also have very specific chicken nuggets. I think chicken nuggets taste different in Australia because we have one brand that everyone uses and they're really good. Steggles! Love Steggles! Hello, Lillian. Is Australia harsh? No. It's just a lot. It's a little extreme. Just gotta be prepared. There's no chicken in it, or it's just flavoring? KFC chips have to be eaten quickly, otherwise they suck. Yeah. Well, it's like sometimes you'll get like a crunchy bit, and that's like amazing. Is it harsh because Lillian exists in it? No. For me, the weather is the worst part. So that I can't control the weather. What do you think I am? Is Australia even real? I don't know. There's still like the theory online that everyone in Australia is a paid actor. Right? One thing that's cool about Australia recently is because we have so much like open land, right? Film studios all started to come over here and film over here a lot more because like we have a lot of different natural terrains, so it's easy to fake stuff. Because we have like snow on the mountains, and then we have deserts, and we have cities and everything. So yeah, a lot of films recently have been made here. Well, the swap between cold morning and hot afternoons are bad. Yeah. There go. What fact? What is the most important fact that you guys learned today? Is the lesson for today, roomies? Have I done my job as your teacher? To summarize, what was it? Brown, bad. Blue, very, very bad. Do not touch any blue animals. Red, well, I feel like you know to avoid it, but if you do, make sure you remember what color it is. Yeah, don't touch the blue. The blue bad. Blue bad. Failing the test? Better study up before the midterm. My Aussie friend warned me that Australia's a loud country. The birds are loud. Oh yeah, the birds are really loud. Some of them they're cute. Some of them are cute though. You have a kookaburra, which sounds like they're laughing, but it sounds really annoying to me anyway. Lorikeets or rainbow lorikeets, they're pretty, so they get a pass. But some birds are they're kind of loud. Yeah. They also, it freaks me out because sometimes the birds just like start yelling at 2 a.m. and that's around my bedtime. So I'm like, don't tell me the sun's about to go up. No, they're just hanging. It's also interesting that when you think of birds sleeping, you always think that they sleep in a nest, but birds only use nests when they lay their eggs. It's just for their eggs. Most birds just sleep wherever, right? Bats are a big thing. Australia has a lot of bats. We don't really have rabies, so that's okay. But the bats are also very, very loud. So they should sleep. Shh! Travel! My bedtime is at 2 a.m. Whether or not I abide by that is a different question altogether, but what's my bedtime is at 2 a.m. Yeah, there's a lot of bats. Most things are loud. Yeah, there's also peaceful places, right? It's the sounds of nature, so you can't complain about the sounds of nature. Right. You did make me want to hike there. Hiking is really pretty. There's a lot of nice waterfalls. Okay. Well, thank you for coming to today's class. I hope you learned a lot. Yeah. Australia's not as dangerous as long as you have common sense, which works with most things. Our cities installed the ultrasonic deterrents to scare the bats away, but people protested because they were claiming that the devices would make the bats deaf. There's little anti-bird measures as well. Thank you! Thank you! Remember, stay safe out there. Use your common sense now. Let's rate Mita, who is doing a speed run. I'll start you. Ease level, definitely won this. You'll be fine, you'll be fine. I love blue animals are scary. Sorry, Blue Jay. Maybe Blue Jay. Oh, Blue Jay's really pretty birds, though. See you running, yay! Gonna go get bit by a brown snake. Don't do that! Don't do that! Go peek or go home. Blue. Blue. Go get bitten by something that's blue. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have been all great students. I'm glad that I could impart some knowledge upon you. And now go forth and make the world a better place. Oh wait, I should end the just chatting scene. Hold up. Yes. Yes, my students. Now you have survival techniques and cultural understanding of Australia. Please do not be those random people on the internet that forget that we are in the southern hemisphere and like to correct us. When we say, wow, winter's so cold, actually, it's summer. Wow, this eyeliner was the $40. What? That's only $20 in Sephora. AUD, but AUD. This is real beef people have on the internet, by the way. Just people correcting us and forgetting that we exist. And what do you mean it's winter? What is the blue jump number? When the blue jump number calls, will be the most dangerous. I mean, technically there was teal was blue. Teal was blue. I don't know if it will place maybe in a future gen of some sort. Wait, are any of the new members? Any Korean blue jump Korea fans? Are any of the new members blue? Wait, no, they're getting new designs anyway, aren't they? I don't know. Wait, I should ask my manager. Manager, do you know? The Kohai, blue? Will we get a blue member? Oh yeah, Moon's blue too. Blue, yeah, okay. That's credible. Moon is very dangerous. The last blue member of Blue Jump is Moon. True. Wait, is it called Blue Jump because of Moon? Funk. Moon is dangerous. You didn't hear it from me. Exposing Moon right now. Okay, cool. See ya! Bye! See you next time! What's it? The next stream is on Twitch. Next stream is a Twitch stream. Otherwise, we'll see you for karaoke at the end of the week. Bye bye! Bye Harry, bye Trouble, bye Echo, bye Meow. Bye Christian, bye Memory Card. The deepest love, for real. Bye bye!